Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tarot on Purpose. In this reading, we are exploring the growing moon cycle, which in 2023 is occurring from March 21 to April 18. This is a really exciting moon cycle to be involved with because it is happening at the same time as the equinox in the Northern Hemisphere into springtime. Also, it is aligning with the date that we move from Pisces into Aries. A really nice alignment with all the celestial and astrological alignments going on, along with the earthly cycle there with the changing of the seasons. So this moon is the growing moon as we move from winter into spring, and we try to pick up on the energy that was starting to emerge during the last moon cycle and move that forward. The growing moon is also known as the egg moon or the planting moon, many other names that it's also known by. For this reading, we'll be using these oracle cards here that all talk about this moon cycle, what it means for us, the characteristics of this moon cycle, and then we'll be getting tarot and some additional oracle cards and crystal cards for more guidance about what do we need to know during this growing moon cycle for 2023. We have 3 cards to choose from. I've shuffled these and we'll see what they are. For pile 1, you have number 19 with Leo, and it has the keyword the hero on there. Also, the symbol indicating the fire element. For pile number 2, we have waning gibbous, number 27, has the keyword surrender there, and this is indicating the water element. For pile 3, we have number 20 with Sagittarius, keywords on there, the explorer, and also the fire element indicated. So take your time to decide which pile or piles you would like to go to, and I will see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to this reading for the growing moon cycle. What do you need to know during this time? For 2023, the growing moon cycle goes from March 21 to April 18. It aligns nicely with the equinox changing into spring in the Northern Hemisphere, and also the movement from Pisces into Aries season. You've come to the reading using this 19 Leo card here with the word hero on it and indicating the fire element. This card says in the guidebook that when you draw this card, it's time for you to step into your star role, your confident, bold self, step into leadership roles. It says that you are in a position right now, based on timing of drawing this card, to awaken the lion or lioness within. It says, be bold and confident in your actions. And I think that goes really well with the information that we'll see in these oracle cards here, because it is talking a lot about self-trust and confidence. So during the growing moon cycle, we are coming out of winter and into spring, and this is a time to keep pushing the energy forward that started to emerge during the last moon cycle. These oracles here are all talking about the growing moon cycle. So let's start with the Queen of the Moon oracle, and it's number 32 with the word trust on it. And this deck refers to this moon cycle as the egg moon, because it was a time when our ancestors were able to start searching for eggs as the land was thawing and spring was emerging. This card talks almost entirely about building self-trust, coming to a point where you trust yourself. Once you trust yourself, you are able to do things in a more confident way that brings about more joy and helps you manifest the things into your life that you are trying to bring about. It fits in really nicely with the witching hour oracle information. So this oracle has a card for each phase of this cycle. We have the waxing or growing phase of the moon. We have the full moon phase. And then we have the waning phase of the moon, or maiden, mother, crone. For the waxing phase or the maiden card from the witching hour oracle, we have number 10 with self-reliance. This card is referring to how this lady is relying on everything that she studied, practiced, and learned. She's sitting on the books there and reaching her hand into an hourglass to take advantage of timing, becoming more self-reliant in order to draw on your own resources. So that's the resources you have within: your kindness, your compassion, your intellect, your intuition, your strength, your persistence, asking you to look at the resources that are available to you within yourself and then around you as well, trying to make sure that you are drawing on things that come from you, not from other people. And then the mother phase or full moon time is indicated on this card by number 11 with creating. This is where all that energy is coming into being. We're releasing things that no longer serve us, and planning and setting intentions is coming into being. We get to a part where we're creating and putting our energy behind the actual creation and production of what it is we're trying to manifest. This full moon for 2023 in the growing moon cycle is happening on April 5. And then after the full moon, we move into the waning phase of the moon cycle, or the crone phase. And this is where this deck wants a focus on confidence. Number 12. It says here that this is a speaking stick, basically, in this tribal culture being indicated. And it's moving from a place of becoming self-reliant. So nice progression here with the way these oracles are aligning up. Coming to a point where you trust yourself. Moving to a point of relying on yourself. And then being confident in yourself that you can handle whatever is coming your way, that you are on the right path, that you make good decisions. And I mentioned that the lady in the card is holding the speaking stick, which means that you have a right to speak your voice, to speak your truth. This is a focus on stepping into self-confidence and doing what you need to become a confident person. And that's where the alignment with this Leo, the hero card, matches so nicely, because the Leo hero card is talking about being the hero of your own life. You're the hero in your journey. And then from the Spirit de la Lune oracle, they call this moon the planting moon. It's also number 11, and preparation on there as the key word. So this is talking about reconnecting with Mother Earth here. In a practical sense, it's about preparing the garden for planting and getting ready to grow things. The land is thawed and is now able to receive seeds for plants that we want to grow in our garden. And you can use that as a metaphor for your life, basically, where you've worked to set the intentions during the last moon cycle and release things that no longer serve you. And this is where we get into the practical preparation phase. So this is a key word there with preparation that is a good thing to remember. as we're moving through all these different cards here, from a place of coming to trust ourselves, then becoming reliant on ourselves, and then being confident in ourselves. There's a lot of prep work that can be done in all of those areas, from setting the intention and maybe affirmations that I can trust myself, and then becoming more self-reliant, relying on your inner resources and the resources you can bring about by yourself, and then creating something with those resources, and then moving to a place of great self-confidence. This Leo card in the guidebook says, when you draw to this card or are drawn to this card, it says you are in the flow of attraction. So choose what you wish to manifest wisely. And I think that's great advice, no matter what kind of energy we're in. But this is letting you know that for you in particular, pile 1, that you are in a state of flowing attraction. You're attracting things to you that you've been trying to manifest, or things that you've been thinking about. So pay attention to your thoughts and your feelings to make sure they're in alignment with what you truly want to bring into your life. So let's get some tarot. We're using the Tarot of Dreams for this reading. We'll set these aside for just a minute here. Give me some space. We're going to take 6 tarot cards or so to see what this growing moon cycle wants you to know. What do you need to know during this moon cycle, pile 1? I like using this tarot deck because it talks about the creator wanted to bring the feeling that these cards will help you when you remember something in a dream, either your sleeping dream or your waking dreams, things you're hoping for, when something suddenly clicks and it just all makes sense. So you had the first card coming out here as the 3 of Wands. We have Sun and Aries. Yes. That is nice alignment with what this moon cycle is lining up with Aries season starting on the same day as the new moon. 3 of Wands talks about taking all that personal power that you've come to recognize and putting it into action, potentially traveling or moving forward. Traveling is maybe literal if you have a trip planned, but could also metaphorically focus on the idea of moving forward, taking the strengths that you had recognized within yourself. And it's nice alignment with this, where these cards are asking us to develop self-trust, self-reliance, and self-confidence to create the future and the life that we want for ourselves. And this is a great card coming out to indicate that during this moon cycle for you, you are in alignment with it. Your energy is in alignment with what the universe is experiencing energy-wise, and Mother Earth is experiencing energy-wise. We have Sun in Aries there, which means people will be celebrating their birthdays. Those who have sun signs in Aries, if it's your birthday coming up, happy birthday. I hope you have a great, enjoyable day. So we have a chunk flipping out here, and we have, cool, we have 5. I wanted to take 6. So we have, I want this one first for some reason. We have the 10 of Swords with Sun in Gemini. This is the end of a cycle. Also talking about a stressful, possibly sad time, but it is the end of a cycle, so these feelings are coming to a close. You had the moon, number 18, with Pisces indicated on there. We have the Knight of Coins with the Earth element. Interesting that the part of the zodiac that is shining here is the Aries symbol. So another nice alignment in your reading, pile 1, that your energy is matching up with what's going on astrologically. Your energy is matching up with what's going on celestially with the moon, with the sun. You have the sun coming out here, sun in Aries, and then the moon here. Beautiful. And it's happening on the time of the equinox as well. So nice energy alignment that you have with the universe right now, pile 1. Knight of Coins talks about bringing in those things that you've been wanting or hoping or dreaming about, the things you've been setting intentions to accomplish, bringing those into the practical, a start of something new, material, and tangible. It's really nice how it fell right here under the creating card during the full moon. The full moon during this cycle may be really significant for you, pile 1. And again, that's happening on April 5th. We also had the King of Coins. Nice. Moving from the Knight to the King. Look at that. We have the Mother card here aligning with the Knight of Coins, and we have the Crone card here aligning with the King of Coins. So beautiful, pile 1. So not only do you have these two cards agreeing with each other in terms of the progression of the energy and what the universe wants you to accomplish during this time, but you also have indication of partnership here with feminine and masculine. That could be partnership with another person. It could be partnership just with the feminine energies of intuition, compassion, kindness, and receiving, and the masculine energies of decision-making, leadership, action, creativity, and giving. And then the final card you had here is the 7-card Chariot with Cancer sign indicated there. Look at this figure moving forward, riding two or driving 2 horses. It's a very aquatic theme on this card. A chariot on water. Something emotional here. Emotional fulfillment. Moving towards something that is not only satisfying for you in reality, in the material world, but something that is emotionally satisfying. Moving towards being emotionally fulfilled, which matches up nicely with being a self-confident person, believing in yourself, believing in your skills and abilities and all your talents, that you can create the life that you want. Pile 1, that's so beautiful. A really clear message coming out with this reading, pile 1, that you are in alignment with the universe right now. Your energy is aligning with the universe right now to create the life that you want. It's a very clear, simple message letting you know that if you do the prep work to work on trusting yourself, relying on yourself, and becoming self-confident, that you'll bring in the things that you've been hoping and dreaming for. Your intentions will turn into manifestations. You will see the rewards or results of all the work that you've been doing. If you are not at a place where you're waiting to see some kind of manifestation coming about, then this is talking about you being in the preparation phase, and that these are aspects of what prep work you can do when you're starting to set intentions. Moving forward during this moon cycle, pile 1. It's a very clear message. So these cards down here, we have 2 Queen of the Moon oracles, and they are meant to kind of indicate the energy at the beginning of the cycle, so around the new moon and during the waxing phase. And then this is to be indicating the end of the cycle during the waning phase and getting ready to move into the next moon cycle. So if you're wondering about actual timing for this year, this is starting March 21st, moving to April 18. So at the beginning of this cycle, you have number 19 with balance. It says waning gibbous on there. 19 matches your Leo card here. 2 19s coming out for you, pile 1. Look at that. So, so beautiful. Both of these reduced to 10 or 1 or 0 you can take from that. Yes, you are in alignment right now with universal energy, and this is encouraging you to focus on balancing that energy equally between the sun and the moon right now, because the 19 in tarot also is the sun card. Balancing sun and moon energy. So balance energy that is fast moving and creative and inspired and actively doing things with the energy that is more slow moving, reflecting on things, using your intuition to sense what's going on in situations. Balancing that sun and moon energy will help you during this cycle to take advantage of being so aligned with the universal energy. And the crystal card that you have for the beginning of this cycle is the Wolfenite. It has keywords there: journey, past life, soul contracts. We have Sagittarius, Venus, and Mars indicated on there. More fire energy coming in for you, pile 1. And it says, the journey has only just begun. Wolfenite can travel through your past, present, and future and open up communication with the spirit world. That matches nicely with this 3 of Wands energy here about beginning a journey or beginning another phase within your journey. It aids with past life regression, helping you see soul contracts that you've made in this lifetime, facilitating karmic reunion, and completing a cycle once the lesson has been learned. There you go. That's why this 10 of Swords came out for your reading there, talking about completing a cycle. So this is talking about how you have some kind of soul purpose or karma that you're working through, and once you learn those lessons, you will complete that cycle and continue moving forward with the rest of your journey. That really provides some clarity here for how this 10 of Swords, mental anxiety, stress, sadness cycle is coming to an end. And it's next to the 3 of Wands there with travel and beginning a new adventure, a new part of your journey. Moving to the Chariot card, which talks about moving forward, and this is moving forward very quickly. But look at how the Chariot there is on water, so flowing nicely, goes nicely with this balance card here. Going with the flow, and I encourage you to do that during this time, pile 1, because your personal energy is in great alignment with the universal energy. You can be guided at this time without having to work so hard, without having to struggle so much. Go with the flow. Pay attention to the signs and synchronicities you're seeing around. This card continues that Wolfenite is a powerful past life healing stone, resolving any issues that need to be faced and regaining magic lost in past lives to be used here and now. So this could be actually talking about past lives if that is part of your belief system. It could also just be talking about your life, things, your past experiences during this lifetime. So resolving any issues that have kind of held you back or made you feel like this figure in the 10 of Swords energy there, resolving issues and moving forward, bringing back the magic into your life. And that Leo card shining brightly at me, reminding me that this is a good time for you to shine your light, pile 1. Trust yourself, become reliant on yourself, work on your self-confidence. The idea of inner resources here with the self-reliance card, remembering the magic within you, all those things that you are able to do based on how you feel and how you think, just the magic within you. That's a good point of reflection for you during this time. And then as we move into the end of the cycle, you have the card 41, Sovereignty, with the actual Queen of the Moon on there. Yeah, you're stepping into your power, pile 1. You are stepping into your power. 41 reduces to 5. We have a 5 on here with the 32 also reducing to 5. Sovereignty, meaning you have the ability to control your life, basically. It's such a nice alignment. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it just is reinforcing this whole idea of becoming a self-reliant, confident person, achieving what you want to, balancing masculine and feminine energy, balancing sun and moon energy to become the person who is in control of their life and creating the kind of life they want to bring about for themselves. I mentioned the 5s there because of the idea of how 5 matches up with change. So some kind of change for you here, which is also indicated by this ending of a karmic cycle here. You're coming to the end of one phase of your journey, pile 1, getting ready to move into the next. And it's a really exciting, happy, abundant, emotionally fulfilling time that you're moving into. The other crystal that we had on the end of the moon cycle looks like this. And it is kunzite with love, femininity, transition. We have Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Venus, and Pluto on there. It says, as it breaks down barriers surrounding the heart, kunzite offers unconditional love to heal lingering wounds. Beautiful alignment with this Wolfenite card. Kunzite helps you feel safe while being vulnerable, allowing you to express your love authentically and expansively. A high vibrational stone, kunzite's protection can be used as an energetic shield that surrounds your aura and protects it against emotional vampires and negative influences. Wonderful. This stone aids in feminine rites of passage from puberty to becoming a mother. Kunzite supports loving your body no matter what phase of life you're in. Really nice card and crystal to come out. Maybe really helpful for you. I've not heard of Wolfenite, but kunzite is a more popular crystal that is more available, or just thinking about the qualities that are indicated on this card here. Really nice alignment with this crystal coming out, saying that it aids you during transitions from a young maiden to the mother to the crone is what I'm associating with that. The idea here of kunzite helping repel any negative influence is nice here to help bring about closure to whatever this 10 of Swords karmic cycle is that you're closing out or being asked to work on closing out. I would say that if you feel like there's some kind of lingering issue that you're trying to heal from, that the focus will be on bringing that situation to a point of closure. Not necessarily that it needs to happen during this actual moon cycle, but that would be a good step for you, is to reflect on what will bring closure to a situation that's been lingering for probably a little too long at this point. And now is a great time to align with the universal energy to bring that situation to a healing state of being, to where it's healed and you find some closure to it, or you're on the path towards closure and healing. For the final portion of this reading, we're going to be using this Soul Helper Oracle to receive final guidance, final information, additional information for what do we need to know during this growing moon cycle, egg moon, planting moon cycle for pile 1, please. Advice, guidance, things we need to focus on, things we may have missed during this reading. Okay, we have, great. The love of your dragon reaches out to you. The realm of your truth is opening up. Beautiful, beautiful. We have numbers 26 on there, reduces to 8, which is a number of abundance. Dragon spirits coming out here. The realm of your truth is opening up. Goes nicely with this crone card here that talked about remembering you have the right to speak. You have the right to speak your truth. You have the right to live your truth and be confident in that. Trust yourself, rely on yourself, and be confident that you can bring about the life that you want in this world. This is really neat how the guidebook says, the love of your dragon is guiding you out of the shadows into the light, onto the path for which you were intended. Moving out of the shadow into the light for the path that you were intended. The path that you're intended indicated by the 3 of Wands here and the Chariot. The first and last tarot cards that came out in your reading. So, so beautiful, pile 1. It says when you're aligned with your true path, with your truth, that wisdom and self-awareness will help you hear the whisper of your soul. Becoming more in line with somebody who trusts themselves, relies on themselves, their inner resources, their inner magic, and is confident in their ability to create. That will help you connect more with your soul and your soul purpose. And this Leo card from the very beginning said that being confident in yourself leads to joy. Very positive reading for you about moving forward during this time. You're in alignment with the universal energy that's out there, astrologically, celestially, stepping into a place of personal power and your own truth and creating the life that you want for yourself, pile 1. Very beautiful. Congratulations, pile 1. This is a beautiful reading, pretty clear. If something in this reading wasn't clear, please let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to add some more information. I am going to leave this reading here. It is very beautiful. Thanks for spending time with me. Best of luck to you on your journey, and I hope to see you again in a future reading. Hello, pile 2. Welcome to this reading for what do you need to know during this growing moon cycle. For 2023, this cycle is occurring from March 21 to April 18. It's a really nice alignment going on with the movement from Pisces into Aries occurring on the same day as the new moon, and also the spring equinox occurring where we change seasons from winter into spring. You come to the reading here with number 27, Waning Gibbous, with the keyword surrender on there, and the water element indicated. 27 reduces to 9. This 9 on there talks about stepping into your power, becoming a master of something, realizing a goal, and your card fits in really nicely with the rest of the oracles here that talk about this moon cycle in terms of trust. The guidebook for this card in the Spirit de la Luna guidebook says that it's encouraging you to surrender to what you cannot see, so go with the flow, which can be one of the hardest things, can be one of the hardest lessons that we have to learn or ability to do, going with the flow, not always easy. It says, do so with an open heart and trust in love. This is reminding us of the cycles of life, that sometimes we're in control or we feel like we're in control, and other times we feel out of control. And this is encouraging you, especially during times of uncertainty, to try really hard to keep an open heart, trust in love, and go with the flow. That trust is lining up nicely with these cards here about trust, about trusting yourself, basically. And this is encouraging you to trust to love with your specific card here. So trust in that universal love. The Queen of the Moon Oracle calls this moon cycle the egg moon. It's number 32 on there, reduces to 5. And it just has the word trust. The guidebook for this card really focuses on developing trust in yourself. And it says once you develop trust in yourself, joy comes into your life. Trusting yourself is one of the first steps you can take to bring joy into your life. This card is in nice alignment with the Witching Hour Oracle. We have 3 cards here indicating the different phases of waxing phase or maiden phase, the full moon or mother phase of the cycle, which in 2023, the full moon for this cycle will be on April 5th. And then the waning phase of the moon or the crone phase. So for the maiden phase, this is number 10, and it's talking about self-reliance. This is talking about how the lady in the card is sitting on the books, indicating she's relying on her own skills and talents and abilities. She's worked and studied and practiced to bring those skills and talents into being. And this is asking you to rely on what you've worked to develop, rely on your own resources more so than resources that other people can provide you, and really focusing with this card on inner resources, your inner strength, your intuition, your gut feelings, your kindness, compassion, your intellect. And then as we move into the full moon mother card of the deck here, we have number 11 with creating, where we're putting all the things that we've worked to develop, putting that energy into actually creating and producing something. That doesn't have to be an actual material object. It can just be some kind of feeling you're trying to develop within yourself. And in this case, it's really talking about being self-trusting and self-reliant. This is in nice alignment with the whole moon cycle that talks about putting the energy into motion, the energy that we were focused on during the last cycle with releasing what doesn't serve us and setting intentions and making plans, putting that energy into motion where we're actually creating and producing something, seeing some kind of result from the work that we did trying to set intentions and prepare in the last moon cycle. And then as you move to the waning phase, we have number 12 with confidence. This is going from a place of trusting yourself, relying on yourself, to being self-confident. This card specifically speaks about how you have the right to speak. Speak your truth. In this card, she's holding the speaking stick for that tribal culture. If they're in a forum, the person holding that speaking stick is the one who is speaking. And this is saying that recognize your right to speak. Speak your truth. That also means living in alignment with what you want your life to be. Nice match there with the creating the life you want to be. And then from the Spirit de la Lune, they call this moon cycle the planting moon, another 11 on there, with the keyword preparation. This talks about connecting with Mother Earth, especially as the spring plants and trees and flowers are starting to grow. This is connecting more with Mother Earth. If you've been disconnected with Mother Earth during the winter, this is a good time to reconnect with her. This talks about getting the ground ready in your garden to plant the seeds for what you want to grow. And that's a metaphor for life, right? About setting the intentions, doing the prep work so that you can start creating things, putting things into motion, having a good foundation to move forward from. I think because you came to the reading with this surrender card here, that's talking about remember to go with the flow, with especially during uncertain times, that this is kind of a caution from universe and the moon at this time to not take what we just talked about here about self-trust, reliance, and self-confidence. Don't take it too far to the point where you're not allowing others to help you and not allowing the universe and spirit to help you. It's not becoming so self-reliant and self-confident that you become selfish and egotistical and discounting the ways that other people in your support network and the universe can help you co-create. Just a little bit of a caution there to remember to go with the flow. Universe and the moon cycle right now want you to be trusting yourself, reliant on yourself, especially your inner resources with that inner strength and being a confident person, but it doesn't want you taking that too far so that you can't go with the flow anymore. So let's get some information from tarot now. We're using Tarot of the Dreams. And the creator of this deck wanted to create cards that help spark inspiration and make connections, especially with something you've been hoping or dreaming about, either in your waking life or actually in your sleep. It wanted to create images that remind you of that energy when all of a sudden things just make sense. This card right here really wants to come out as I'm kind of fumbling this deck here. Let's see what it is. It's the 10 of Wands. We have Saturn and Sagittarius energy on there. The 10 of Wands is an end of a cycle. 10 of Wands talks about the burdens we carry. Yeah, reinforcing this message about not trying to do everything by yourself. Be confident and trusting in yourself, but don't try and do it. Don't try and do it all by yourself, pile 2. Okay, these are the ones that flipped here. We'll take them in this order. We have the Knight of Swords. We have Aquarius energy and air energy on there. This talks about new ideas coming in, new ways of thinking, developing your trust and confidence in your decision-making abilities. Yeah, this is really a good card to come out right after the 10 of Wands, where it's talking about the burdens we carry. So this is encouragement from Spirit at this time for you to take a look at all the responsibilities and burdens you're carrying, basically, that you feel that you are responsible, that are for you to carry, and looking at those to understand which ones are truly yours, which ones can be released to either someone else or to the universe. Some encouragement here to look at what is truly in alignment with your path and speak honestly about it, especially if you're trying to get other people to contribute more or you're trying to convince yourself to go with the flow. Speak honestly with yourself and others. And then you had the King of Cups here with water energy indicated. This is about emotional fulfillment and being emotionally stable. Also psychic energy in there, relying on your intuition and those ideas you get when you see signs and symbols and synchronicities from the universe. This will help you on an emotional level. This review of responsibilities you have in your life right now and which ones are truly yours to carry. Where can other people accept more responsibility? And where can you release things to the universe and let go of? That exercise there of reflecting on those responsibilities will help you become more emotionally fulfilled. And then you had the Ace of Coins with earth energy on there. Yes. And then a new beginning into something in the material world, whether that's a job, a relationship, a house, money, something new in the material world, a project you're working on, some kind of new energy coming into you in the material world at this time. It's nice how that matches up with the full moon there with the word creating on there, creating the life that you want for yourself. And then the other one we had was number 13 card, reduces to 4 with death and Scorpio energy on there. Death and rebirth and transformation. being indicated here. Transformation being indicated with the serpent or the snake on there, how they need to shed their skin to grow, which is reinforcing the message here about releasing things that are not your responsibility, releasing things that you cannot control, surrendering to universal love and trust in the universe. This is saying you're a competent, capable person, pile 2, and especially once you trust and rely on yourself and are self-confident and you're capable. And in order to maintain that energy or grow and develop that energy, you need to release things that you can't control, because you can control a lot. You can handle a lot, pile 2, we can tell from this reading. So it's making sure that you're being honest with yourself and kind to yourself also. Just because you can do something doesn't mean that you need to or you should. If you can carry a heavy burden, that's great if it's needed during that situation to help other people out. But if it's not something that's in alignment with your path, it's just going to become heavier and heavier to the point where it feels like it's crushing and stifling your ability to grow and develop and move forward. So really strong message here from this moon cycle and universe to make sure that you are only carrying those burdens that are truly yours to carry. Let other people accept responsibility for the things that they should be doing, and also trust in the universe, especially with things that you cannot control. Let's get one more from tarot here. Okay, so we have the Star card flipping out here, hopes and dreams coming true, living in accordance with your life purpose. And then we had 2 more flip out over here. Let's see what these are. Okay, pile 2, look at this mess. Look at this. So basically, I took those other 2 cards off. I grabbed a stone to bring some modesty into that Star card there. And half of the tarot deck fell off the table. And then when I got up down to pick up the cards that fell, the rest of the deck fell on top of my head and on my back and just kind of cascaded over me. And that really hasn't ever happened before, where everything just fell right on top of me. So kind of a funny way to prompt me to talk about how if we don't let go of things that we're not supposed to be carrying, that it becomes heavy and burdensome, with how all of that fell on top of me. And then also how all of the tarot basically competing for attention, and reminded me also of the amount of messages that are trying to come through at this time. There's a lot going on in the universe, especially astrologically and celestially, with the equinox and the new moon and planets moving into different signs. A lot going on, a lot of messages trying to come in. So I think that's reinforcing for you, pile 2, that the idea of going with the flow and surrendering, adding a little bit more of that into your life during this moon cycle may be important, so that you are able to recognize signs and symbols and information coming in, synchronicities, information coming in from spirit and universe, because they're trying to push a lot of information down to earth at this time. And it wants you to be free enough so that you have time to recognize opportunities and information coming in that will help you and that will be more in alignment with your path. Let's keep moving forward. The other 2 that flipped out here before all that chaos happened was the Page of Wands with fire energy. Look at that determined, a little bit mischievous look on this face here. This is moving from the 10 of Wands to the Page of Wands, where you've Let go of the burdens that are not yours to carry. You're trusting in yourself, but also trusting in the universe and universal love to carry us forward. And you're starting out on a new phase of your journey in the creative, inspired, and action area of life. And then the other one was the Hermit, number 9. Wow, look at that Hermit. We have Virgo energy there. Yeah, we just talked about how we need to take the time to recognize and reflect. So this is reinforcing that idea. So with these 2 cards coming out after all that chaos, I think I've taken from that what I was supposed to. We'll see as we go forward. And remember the Star card came out very prominently there that talks about aligning with your soul purpose, your life purpose, your hopes and dreams. And this is Spirit pouring all the energy into the world right here is what I see with that Aquarius energy, water bearer, bringing things down to earth. You have the rainbow colors there indicating all the different energy centers that we can rely on. Chakra work may be helpful for you during this moon phase. But this is just reinforcing the idea that Spirit is really trying to bring a lot down to the earth right now. It wants us to be able to grab on to those things that are truly in alignment with our path. So these cards down here are kind of meant to indicate the beginning of the cycle to the end of the cycle. So in actual dates, it would be March 21 to April 18. But because we can use these readings as metaphors for any time in our life, right? We don't always work through things in 1 month or 1 moon cycle. So it's just an idea of kind of beginning phase energy and ending phase energy. And if it's appropriate for your situation, you can use the actual dates. So at the beginning of this moon cycle, we have the word will, and the number 13 there reduces to 4. Another 13 coming out because you had the death card here. So having the will to transform is what I'm taking from that. Being willing to grow and develop. And part of that is surrendering things you can't control, trying to go with the flow a little bit more, being willing to change in terms of giving up some of the burdens that you are not meant to carry. That's what that card is telling me. And the crystal that goes with it, we have red jasper with justice, strength, and stability. Aries, Scorpio, and Mars energy on there. Yeah, that matches up nicely. Red jasper works closely with the base chakra and heals any wounds surrounding injustice, grounding you back to earth. Red jasper alleviates chronic worry, clearing mental blocks to make space for balanced emotions and thought. Yeah, that goes nicely with the 10 of Wands, Knight of Swords, and King of Cups right there. For these 3 cards here, if we listen to this crystal, it's saying alleviate chronic worry, clear mental blocks, and make space for balanced emotions and thoughts. It also says red jasper provides stability and protection, balances yin and yang energy, helping express masculine and feminine energies that feel safe yet nourished. Yes, really good clarification and reinforcement of these whole messages here with this red jasper coming out. And then towards the end of the cycle, the card that you have is pleasure. Number 18 reduces to 9, as well as your 27 up here with the card that drew you here with surrender. And the water element indicating emotional areas of life reduces to 9, and then this reduces to 9 with pleasure. Finding joy. Being more emotionally fulfilled and finding joy, especially coming under the star card here, that everything that we've talked about here is leading to a point where you are experiencing joy. you're emotionally fulfilled, and you're working towards your hopes and dreams to bring those into being and move on to another phase where things are starting to come together for you, pile 2. And then the other crystal we had here was lazulite with cosmic, serenity, peace. We have Gemini, Sagittarius, and Jupiter energy there. It says the cosmic forces are at play with lazulite, bringing serenity, peace, and tranquility to anyone who crosses paths with the stone. Lazulite comes from the Arabic word lazaward, meaning sky or heaven, referring to the sky blue color of the stone's surface. Yeah, that's a pretty blue color there. It stimulates the third eye, drawing out psychic and intuitive abilities and dispelling worry, anxiety, and stress to promote a clear state of mind. Use lazulite when you need extra strength to heal addictive habits and to be giving yourself inner peace against personal demons. Really nice alignment with this crystal and the King of Cups energy. Both of these crystals reinforcing what was talked about here about releasing anxiety and worry and doing the things you need to heal from those in a true, honest, authentic way and move more towards things that are in alignment with your path. So we're moving from a place here of actively working to heal and release to a place where we're feeling more serene, calm, and joyful. That's nice movement here from the beginning to the end of this phase, where it's doing the work to heal and release, and then feeling the results of that through feeling serene and peaceful and allowing yourself to experience joy again. So for closing your reading, we're going to get some additional information from the Soul Helper here for final guidance, final advice, anything else we need to know during this growing moon cycle. And you have, oh, look at that. Follow your vision. Never lose sight of what is really important. Number 35 reduces to 8 there. Yeah, follow your vision, pile 2. Follow your truth. Do things that are in alignment with your past. Never lose sight of what is really important. Another reinforcement here of reviewing priorities and responsibilities. Embracing those things that are speaking to your heart, speaking to your soul, and in alignment with what you want your life to be like, pile 2. That's a really, really beautiful piece of advice coming out at the end of your reading there. I hope that you have found this reading helpful, pile 2. Please let me know in the comments if there's anything I can clarify. I wish you the best of luck on your journey. Thanks for spending time with me, and I hope to see you again in a future reading. Hello, pile 3. Welcome to this reading where we're asking about what do you need to know during this growing moon cycle. In 2023, this is happening from March 21 to April 18. It's an exciting cycle where the beginning of this cycle on the new moon matches up with Pisces turning into Aries, and also with the equinox moving from the winter into the spring season. So a really exciting time for this cycle. A lot going on in the universe, astrologically and celestially. You've come to the reading with the Sagittarius card, number 20, with the word explorer on there, and the fire element being indicated. This card talks about how Sagittarius is a free spirit, a spiritual nomad, really focused on one's own personal philosophy, always seeking new things to learn about, new wisdom, new ideas, a traveler mentally, spiritually, physically, a traveler in all those senses. And the guidebook for this card says that when you draw this card or are drawn to this card, it means your spirit may be feeling restless. It may be time to shake things up. I think that aligns pretty well if you're in an area where you're moving from a winter season that is cold into the spring. We may be just wanting to get out of the house, waiting for the weather to be more accommodating so we can actually go outside. That may just be an actual situation that you're in right now. It's saying that if you're drawn to this card, it's encouraging you to explore new ways to travel in all those ways we mentioned, mentally, physically, spiritually. Ask yourself, what are you drawn to right now? Are you drawn to a certain place, a certain person, a certain philosophy? And there may be some inspiration behind what you're drawn to right now. There may be something for you to explore there. It's also adding a caution for you to not let yourself turn restless, feeling like you want to move, you want to go, you want to act. Don't let that feeling of being restless turn into recklessness. So it's still saying take time to pause and reflect and make good decisions, and don't just do things because you're just want to get out, basically. You just want to go. Make sure that you're not becoming reckless. And with that idea there, I think this moon cycle will be helpful with what these oracle cards are talking about in terms of becoming trusting, self-reliant, and confident. And I think that this is asking you to make sure that you come to a really good understanding about how to continue exploring and learning new things and doing new things without taking it too far to a place where you're becoming a little bit unstable and unsteady. And the reason I say that is these cards talk about trust and reliability with yourself. So from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, we have number 32 with that word trust on there. And this oracle refers to this moon cycle as the egg moon. This card talks almost exclusively about self-trust. And it says, once you are able to trust yourself, you find joy. That goes nicely with the first card from this Witching Hour Oracle. This has the 3 cards for the different phases of the moon cycle, from the waxing phase to the full moon to the waning, or the maiden mother crone. So the first one for this oracle is number 10 with self-reliance. And this refers to the moon cycle as the growing moon. This talks about how this lady in the card is sitting on top of the books, which indicates her skills, abilities, and her talents that she's relying on. She's worked to study and practice and develop those skills and talents, and she's becoming more reliant on herself. It also talks about how it's encouraging you to be reliant on your inner resources, so more so than the outer resources that other people can provide to you. So that's your ability to love and be kind and compassionate, your intellect, your intuition, your gut feelings, all those things that make you strong and come from the inside. And then as we move to the full moon, for this cycle, the full moon will be on April 5th, April 5. You have number 11 with creating. This is where you're taking all that energy that you put into studying, practice, planning, and preparing, setting intentions, and you're actually moving into the creating phase, the producing phase, the making things happen phase. And this could be related to an actual project or a thing, but it can also just be internal development in terms of developing this ability to trust yourself and rely on yourself. And this card is really nice alignment with the overall idea of the growing moon cycle, where we are taking that energy from the last moon cycle where we focused on releasing things that no longer serve us and setting good intentions, and we're putting it into action. We're bringing it into being. We're making it real. And then as we move into the waning phase with the crone phase, you have the number 12 card with confidence. Going from a place of trusting yourself and relying on yourself to being a self-confident person. This card here talks about how the woman in the card is from a tribal culture, and that wand or speaking stick that she has there is what the person in like a council would hold when it's their turn to speak. And this is talking about recognizing that you have the right to speak your truth. You have the right to speak. You have the right to live according to what you want your life to be. You have the right to bring that about. You have the ability to create the life that you want. And this is asking you to be confident that you can do that. And from the Spirit de la Lune Oracle, sorry, they call this the planting moon, with number 11 also on there. And then the keyword preparation. So this card is asking us to reconnect with Mother Earth, especially if we have been stuck inside during the winter, haven't been able to get outside, which really came through when I was reflecting on your card. Just want to get out. So this is asking you, this is talking about the prep work that you do when the earth is becoming more open and unfrozen, where you can start preparing the land and planting the seeds for what it is you want to grow in your garden. And that can be used as a metaphor for life, right? With doing the planning, the preparing, and the setting of intentions for what it is that you want to bring into your life and how you want your life to be. So for you, Pile 3, I really think this is speaking to developing your ability to trust yourself, that you can find a way to continue learning, exploring, and growing and traveling without becoming unstable. You're going to find a way to balance all that exploring with some kind of stability. And coming to a place where you trust yourself, rely on yourself, and are confident that when you get those feelings that there's something new that you want to explore, to learn about, that those are coming from an authentic, true place that is in alignment with your path. So let's get some more information from Tarot. We're using the Tarot of Dreams for this reading. The creator of this deck wanted to create images that help you make sense of dreams or things that you've been seeing or in your actual dreams while you're sleeping, and then you see something, or all of a sudden something just makes sense, or something about you've been hoping and dreaming about in your waking life as well. That moment when things just all of a sudden click and make sense is what this creator of the deck wanted to evoke with the images they created. So can we, Universe, Spirit, please have information for Pile 3 about what they need to know during this growing moon cycle, please? Here we go. We have 2 coming out here. We have the 4 of Wands with Venus and Aries information on there. The 4 of Wands talks about celebration, union, and victory. And look at that door opening for you, Pile 3. A door opening goes really nicely with this Explorer card. Opening that door to come outside, to go exploring, to learn something new. Seems like if you're feeling those urges to explore and learn and get outside, that's aligning nicely with the universal energy around you right now, Pile 3. And the other one was the Page of Cups. The water element, the idea of beginning or being new at something in the emotional, intuitively creative, and psychic area of life. So some kind of new adventure that is speaking to you on an emotional level, opening the door to some kind of new emotional connection related to love potentially, but also because the Sagittarius card specifically mentioned your personal philosophy coming in to focus here, an idea of connecting more with your intuition and your psychic abilities to more fully develop your personal philosophy. Look at this happened, so we'll take these as they came out here. We have the 10 of Cups with Pisces and Mars energy on there. Happy family, happy home, loyalty. This card in the guidebook for the Sagittarius card says that it can take some time for a Sagittarius to settle down because they are so in love with basically exploring and traveling and new adventures. It can take them a while to settle down, but once they do, they're very loyal and loving. And that comes into play here if we're talking about some kind of partnership, some kind of actual relationship with another person. We also had the Knight of Cups, another cup coming out, a page and a knight. Yeah, let me see these other ones. We had the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. Look at this Sagittarius energy right here being indicated with this arrow. We have the earth element there. I find that interesting because the Sagittarius is a fire sign, right? And this is matching it up nicely with the earth sign, the material, the tangible things in life. And then you have all this emotional energy coming in here. Emotions, intuition, things in the material world, inspiration and creativity and action all matching and coming together nicely in these tarot cards. We also had the Ace of Wands, more fire energy coming. This could indicate a new beginning in a creative endeavor, taking new action, new inspiration coming in to be creative. Goes nicely with this creating card here for the full moon. Full moon may be a significant time for you during this cycle pile 3, with that occurring on April 5th. Yeah, we're going to put that here with the Four of Wands because this Four of Wands is indicating the door opening for you. Some kind of door opening goes nicely with that Ace of Wands. And the other one that came out was the Tree of Life card. So this card is actually meant to be like a reference card in this deck because it uses the different symbols from Kabbalah, which you actually didn't get any of the symbols coming out. And I left this in here to indicate a focus when it comes out in a reading, to indicate a focus on universal connections, how things are all connected and how we have a path, but it can take many different avenues basically, and how there's different cycles of life. This Knight of Cups card is really kind of the most prominent energy coming out of these cards here, especially how the Queen of Coins is looking at the Knight of Cups there. And in the guidebook, this talks about how this Knight of Cups is in love with love. That this always being in love with love can potentially become boring and stagnant if that's the only thing we're always doing is thinking about romantic ideas and the idea of love. It can become boring, and that's an interesting thing to say about this card. But it also talks about how if we don't have this energy, that we're missing a pretty important piece of what keeps the world going around, right? Love makes the world go round. Some people say money makes the world go around, but I say the love of money makes the world go around, as kind of a joke about that. but it's coming in relevant to your reading because it's right next to the Queen of Coins there, which is talking about abundance, material abundance, wealth. The ability to take care of yourself goes nicely with the self-reliance and self-trust and having confidence. Look at your Queen of Coins aligning really nicely with your Crone card there about speaking your truth and remembering you have the right to speak about what it is that is true to yourself. You have the right to create the life that you want. And this is reminding you can do that in the material world as well. This Knight of Cups in the guidebook is also encouraging you to take emotional needs and emotional issues, emotional situations that you may be involved with. Take responsibility for those. Take them into your own hands. Care for them and nurture them and focus on them at this time. It talked about how the Page of Cups is just barely scratching the surface of the emotional idea that's coming in, and the Knight of Cups is diving deeper into that. So potentially some work for you to do on trusting your emotions here, relying on those gut instincts and emotional feelings that you get. Your intuition can sometimes use our emotions to help us pay attention to things. If something's happening around us and we are experiencing some kind of emotion, that may be our intuition trying to speak to us about something going on. Really neat here how we had the idea before about not letting restlessness become reckless and getting to a point where things are unstable. And in your tarot here, you have all the new, fiery, creative, inspirational energy going through an emotional process, being processed through one's emotions and intuition to a place of stability, material stability with this Queen of Coins. And because we had the Tree of Life come out for you, I think that's saying that you are able to tap into that universal energy, that universal wisdom and knowledge to find your truth, to speak your truth. We don't necessarily have any air energy coming out in your tarot, but it's really coming through in that Crone number 12 confidence card there about having wisdom and speaking truth, speaking about wisdom that you have. I think overall, Pile 3, this is a focus area for you about how to take that creative inspiration and wanting to act energy and how to and process it, through your emotions, how it makes you feel, and your intuition. Remember, gut feelings and how you feel are part of your intuition. Processing your wish for new and exciting adventures and creative endeavors, processing those through your emotions and your intuitions to find material stability, to make sure it doesn't move into that place of being unstable. The stability really indicated with your Queen of Coins there. And she's looking back on everything as well. You can still love. You can still love exploring and creating and discovering and learning and be stable. This is saying you can still do both of those things. You can do it in a way that serves you well, Pile 3. So these cards on the bottom here are kind of meant to indicate the beginning of the cycle, the energy at the beginning of the cycle and at the end of the cycle. So if you take it literally with the dates, this would be March 21st, March 21, moving to April 18. It can also just be an idea of the beginning energy and the ending energy of a cycle, because we don't always accomplish everything or go through a certain phase of life in one moon cycle, right? So this can also just be the beginning and the end idea. So for the beginning, you have number 15 with action. Yeah. 15 reduces to 6. 6 is a number of love. What does love mean to you is coming out really strongly based on this Knight of Cups card and the idea of this 10 of Cups card speaking about love and happy family, happy home, This can also be fulfilling a life goal or a life dream. And that idea of a life goal or dream speaks back to your personal philosophy card that this Sagittarius card was talking about, how developing a personal philosophy is really important for this Sagittarius energy. Doesn't mean you have to be a Sagittarius, right? It's just talking about that energy or the characteristics that that Sagittarius energy is bringing to a person. This action card here, aligning nicely with this Wands energy here for a new beginning, a new creative endeavor, a new creative opportunity opening for you, or you're stepping out into some kind of new creative endeavor. And this is almost reinforcement from universe here, letting you know that that's a good time for action, pile 3. The crystal that goes with it looks like this. And it is pink fluorite with guidance, ease, and comfort. We have Pisces and Mercury on there. And it says, pink fluorite mends pieces of the soul, reintegrating its fragments to make you whole again. Sometimes we get lost along our journey, and pink fluorite can assist us in coming back home to our true selves. The idea of home here, this is adding some clarification that I wasn't necessarily seeing before about how your true self is your home. You will feel at home when you are in accordance with your true self, when you're being true to yourself, when your actions, emotions, and what you're doing in the material world align with your true self, you will feel at home, helping balance out those feelings of restlessness and always needing to do the new, always needing to travel and move forward, always needing to explore and discover. This will bring a little bit of stability and balance into how you're feeling about things when you're acting in accordance with your true self. And that very well could be still traveling all the time, still doing new things. If that's what you feel is your true self, then you will feel at home even if you're traveling and moving all the time. It says, staying present inside your body, acknowledging and accepting each moment as it is, and detaching yourself from outcome are helpful practices amplified by using pink fluorite. This stone helps ease despair, giving you a surge of comfort and confidence that you have what it takes to make it through life's challenges. Beautiful crystal card coming out here, basically tying together everything that we just said. And again, this is what it looks like. Let me put it here so you can screenshot if you want. This could be a good, holy cow, I'm all over the place. This could be a really good card for you to look at when you're wanting to take time for reflection, or just remember the ideas that came out in this reading. Staying present inside your body, acknowledging and accepting each moment as it is, and detaching yourself from outcomes are helpful practices. And that really is talking about this self-reliance card here, about relying on your inner resources, staying present, not worrying about the future or the outcome. Because if you're in true alignment with yourself, you'll feel at home. This says when we trust ourselves, this Queen of the Moon Oracle card up here said when we trust ourselves, we bring in joy. And material abundance and stability is part of creating joy, right? I mean, we live on Earth, so that is a part of being joyful, is having the things we want and need. And we'll put it that way because I like how it's an arrow kind of lighting our path. It's a guide. And over here on the end of the cycle area of the reading, you have peace. Number 28 reduces to 10 on there. Matches nicely with this 10 of Cups idea here about when you feel at home. You also feel peace, right? And when you're acting in alignment with your true self, when you're speaking your truth and you are owning your ability to create the life you want to live, that you will feel at home. You will be at peace. This lady in the card is meditating and reflecting, so that's also something helpful for you, pile 3. Taking time to reflect, potentially using this card here as something to focus on. And then the crystal that goes with this, I think it's cool how this crystal looks like an egg, and this moon cycle is also known as the egg moon. So you have Septarian with direction, fearless, and communication, Taurus, Sagittarius, and Sun energy on there. It says, known as the Dragon Stone, Septarian instills fierce confidence and self-esteem. Yeah, nice alignment there with this Confidence Crone card. Instills fierce, fiery. Instills fierce confidence and self-esteem, especially in front of an audience. However, as much of it improves your public appearance, it also protects your privacy, guarding your secrets and valuing your inner peace, inner space. Yeah, that speaks really to here about relying on your inner resources and being true to who you are in your heart and soul and at your core. It says, incredibly grounded and connected to the earth, Septarian can pinpoint illnesses in the body and focus on listening to the body's needs by building a strong relationship with it. The name Septarian comes from the Latin word septum, or 7, signifying the pattern of 7 on the exterior of the crystal. Interesting. So this mentioned about paying attention to your body, building a strong relationship with your body, which is also part of your inner resources, right? And we had the whole idea here in the center of your reading about processing things through your intuition and emotions, moving to a place where you are comfortable and confident in trusting your emotions and your intuition to process everything else going on in your world. Processing your inspiration, creativity, and desire to act with what you want in the material world and the things that make you feel stable, processing all that through your emotions and through your intuition. Also, it mentioned there that it helps you in public but protects your privacy. So that can be what it literally says, right? But it can also talk about how the Sagittarius energy about exploring, discovering, and traveling is out in the world. And this is encouraging you to make sure that you are putting as much energy into your outer world as your inner world. You're not forgetting about your inner self. And that really is coming through with that self-reliant card, moving to a place of being self-confident, relying on your own resources, pile 3, your inner resources and what you're able to do, trusting those and evaluating how they match up with or don't match with the energy you're experiencing in the outside world. That can be a question to help you reflect on things as well. Is what I'm experiencing inside myself matching with what I'm experiencing outside myself with the rest of the world and people I interact with? Really, really cool reading, pile 3. So let's finish here with a Soul Helper Oracle card for final guidance, final information, things we may have missed. Spirit, can we please have some information for pile 3? Final information for pile 3. What do they need to know during this growing moon cycle, please? And we had this chunk here want to flip. So we have 2. Release your creative energies. Make use of them in your life. Number 7. Look at that. Yes. walk through that open door, do what you need to open that door for yourself, release this 8 of Wands energy about creative energies, and then make use of them for how they can be used to bring about the life that you want and bring stability and abundance to yourself. Look at the green matching up nicely there. And then this specifically mentioned the number 7 on there. So this is reinforcing the whole idea that came out with this crystal, encouraging you to release your creative energies and make them support the dreams you have for yourself and the goals that you want to accomplish. Here again is that card if you would like to screenshot it as well. It's being emphasized again with that 7 card coming out. And then the other one that flipped was the Tree of Wishes is calling your name. Number 24 reduces to 6. We had a 6 over here with the 15. It says, an almost forgotten wish will now come true. Yeah, wow, nice, pile 3. A wish coming true. Something you may have forgotten about or felt like was not able to happen or wasn't meant for you is coming back into your life during this time. And it's going to be coming true. And look, we had the Tree of Life come out in your reading, indicating universal forces and how we're all connected and how we can use that, tap into that universal wisdom and universal love to help ourselves out in our own lives and help the people that we care about and love about. The people we care about and love have helped them bring about the life they want as well. Nice, beautiful cards coming out for you, pile 3. Really exciting reading. Really beautiful reading. This card here about the Tree of Wishes calling your name is a 6. 24 reduces to 6. And this action card here, number 15 reduces to 6. So these are tying these two together. An almost forgotten wish will come true, matched with action. So this is telling me that when you feel truly inspired to take action, that it's the universe trying to help you understand that it's something that will be helpful for you to making your wishes come true. We can be granted wishes by the universe, which is awesome, but we can also do things to work towards those wishes and dreams and making those become a reality for us, right? So I think this is telling you, rely on how you're feeling and your intuition to make good decisions about what actions to take. And when you feel truly inspired and things are aligning with how you truly want your life to be, you will get that good feeling. Your intuition will tell you that. It will confirm that. Your emotions will confirm that for you, pile 3. I really hope that's making sense. If I can clarify anything for you, please let me know in the comments. I am going to end the reading here. Very exciting time, very cool reading, pile 3. Thank you for spending time with me. Best of luck to you on your journey, and I hope to see you again in a future reading.